Hi all, a warm welcome to our very first rugby show by Quadrangle. My name is Ishan Noor and we will be going through some exciting stuff on the rugby world. So we are here at CRNFC London Place, my previous club, and it's an absolute honor and privilege to be here. So Romario will actually go through our next program.
Thank you, Ishan. Yes, we have a club rugby, schools rugby and international rugby all lined up in the next 10 minutes of this show, and let's see what's to follow.
We have some interesting facts about Sri Lanka inter-school rugby. Rugby was actually started back in 1891 by Kingswood College, and followed by, after a decade later, was followed by Trinity College in 1906. They played their first game against Kingswood. Subsequently, Kingswood stopped playing rugby for about 3 years. So Trinity has been continuously playing rugby up until now. It was joined by Royal in 1920. So Royal is actually celebrating their 100th year this year, and then followed by Zahira in 1924. So in 4 years' time, Zahira will be celebrating their century, along with St. Peter's in 1932. So that's a brief about the history into rugby.
Well, Ishan, not forgetting St. Joseph's College, they all came into the 1950s along with St. Thomas's, Wesley College and Isipatana College. We will take a deeper look at the history in our next programs, but currently, right now, we will stick to the current rugby season.
So the rugby in Sri Lanka, the schools rugby is being governed by Sri Lanka Schools Rugby Football Union. So this segment has more than 100 schools actually, but in Division A we have 12 schools which has been divided into two groups. Other than that, there are other divisions which there are schools which are actually growing outside Colombo, especially in the down south as well as in the north as well.
Royal College successfully defended their league from last year, and St. Peter's College went on to win the knockout tournament.
So the teams are St. Peter's College, Dharmaraja College, St. Joseph's College, Kingswood College, Trinity College, St. Thomas's, Royal College, St. Anthony's, Wesley and Vidyartha.
Also not forgetting Singer Sri Lanka were the sponsors for so many years of this schools league, but Dialogue came in this year and it's the all new Dialogue Schools Rugby League season.
Last year's league's runners-up, St. Peter's College, started their season with a bang with Dharmaraja College, crossing the 50 points mark, 50 points to 14 they ended up their game with. So it was a thrilling encounter, and it was actually a very good starter for St. Peter's to have their morale boost as well. So we saw Sanath Martis being in the bench, and that would have been a morale booster for the kids as well who's out there playing, and it was in fact indeed a sight for us as well.
Then we had St. Joseph's College taking on Kingswood College. St. Joseph's, of course, a dominant force in the past few years, did not have the best of starts, going down to Kingswood College 17 points to 24 as former coach Nilufer Ibrahim managed to get one over his old team.
Then at Pallekele, Trinity College hosted St. Thomas's College. This was the traditional encounter where both schools played for Canon RS Deserum Shield. Much was expected from both schools, but the game failed to live up to the expectations perhaps, since it's the first game of the both schools. Trinity came on top with 17 points to 8 and retained the shield for the 4th consecutive year.
Royal College kicked off their centenary year with a dominant performance over St. Anthony's College, defeating the visitors 41 points to 14 in front of their home crowd as they began the defense of their championship in dominant style.
Wesley College hosted Vidyartha College at CRNFC grounds. Much was expected from Vidyartha, who gained a promotion to A Division this year. But Wesley, one of the front runners of the league this year, did not have much trouble in winning the encounter by 36 points to 6.
The final game of week 1 saw Isipatana College play host to Science College at Havelock Park as the Green Machine, well, they did not start as they would have liked to, but managed a hard-fought 17-10 win to round off week 1 of the Dialogue Schools Rugby League season.
So Romario, we just saw the first week of Schools Rugby League kicked off a week back. So what do you think of the first week of the rugby? What actually happened?
Well, Ishan, of course, St. Peter's College, your school, started in dominant fashion, scoring 50 points past a helpless Dharmaraja outfit, while the others will not be too happy apart from Royal College, where they managed 41 points. But Trinity, St. Thomas's, even St. Joseph's College have plenty to work on, even though Trinity managed a win, whereas Kingswood look to be quite a dominant force, and this week we can see how dominant they are as they take on the defending champions Royal.
So we happen to speak to the Royal Rugby coach Dushant Luke as well as St. Anthony's coach Sumedha Malavana. So let's have a look what they have to say.
It's good to get the first win, but there is a lot of areas that we need to improve on, and we want to plan on work on those mistakes in this coming week. And I thought that certain senior players played well, but in some areas that we need to improve, and in this coming week we want to work hard in those aspects of the game.
අතරම අලුත් ටීම් එකක් ඇටියට හිතුව විදිහටම හොඳට ශ්‍රී ලංකා නමුත් ඒ විච්ච මහන්සිය ස්කෝර් බෝඩ් එකේ පේන දේ ප්‍රශ්නේ තියෙන්නේ හම්බෙච්ච හොඳ chance දෙක තුනක් අතහැරගත්තා ස්කෝර් කරන්න බෝල දෙක තුනක් නොකොන් වුණා crucial time වල ඒකම අපිට ලැබිච්ච penalty හම්බෙච්ච penalty තුනක් විතර turn over වෙච්ච එක ලොකු පාඩුවක් වුණා match එකේ ඕනම වෙලාවේ විශේෂයෙන්ම 10යි 7-14 තිබ්බ වෙලේ ලැබිච්ච penalty turn over එකේ ලොකු issue එකක් game එකට ඉතින් ළමයි හොඳට මහන්සිලා ශ්‍රී ලංකා මම හිතනවා ඉදිරි මැච් වලදී තිබ්බ වැරදි හදාගෙන සමහර තැන් වලදී ගත්ත වැරදුන ඩිසිෂන් හදාගෙන ඉස්සරහට හොඳට ශ්‍රී ලංකාව කරයි කියලා මම හිතනවා.
Prior to the kickoff of the school's rugby league season, Royal College, Trinity College and St. Peter's College held their launch for the season, and we can have a look at the highlights.
All Trinity's rugby scrummage hosted a press conference together with Trinity College to launch their 2020 campaign at Movenpick Hotel Colombo. Royal College Rugby Advisory together with Royal College Match Organising Committee hosted a press conference at Duncan White Memorial Auditorium at Ministry of Sport to launch their centenary rugby season at Royal College, celebrating 100 years of rugby this year, and also the launch of the 76th Bradby Encounter.
Respect and teamwork are the attributes we are trying to inculcate in Royal Rugby teams of the years to come with the generous assistance of our valued sponsors. We know that building up teamwork would eliminate selfishness and teach the team members to respect and care for each other, looking beyond our own needs to understand the needs of others, irrespective of their race, caste, religion and breed. These are the qualities our Mother Lanka wants today.
It is only through sports we learn to be humble in victory and gracious in defeat.
St. Peter's College Rugby Foundation, together with St. Peter's College, hosted an evening to announce their sponsors of 2020 season at Atrium Lobby, Cinnamon Grand Hotel.
In the recent past, St. Peter's College excelled in rugby in the inter-school circle and has established a name for itself as a trendsetter in rugby among schools in Sri Lanka. We at St. Peter's College insist very much on discipline on and off the field so that these Peterites will be brand ambassadors for all what St. Peter's College is essence stands for.
22 championship trophies. I think that deserves a round of applause. 22 trophies in the last 20 years, almost one per year. And here's the cherry on top of the icing on top of the cake. St. Peter's College Rugby has been consistently in the top 3 of Sri Lanka's school rugby for the past 80 years. That is 8 decades of consistency. In fact, that level of consistency is to be considered an art. I guess you could say St. Peter's College Rugby has perfected the art of becoming champions in the rugby world. So once again, I think that also deserves a round of applause.
That's it for the first week of schools rugby, and until next week we will have a look at the Dialogue Club Rugby League season. Ishan, what's your take on it?
I think Kandy actually won the season very conveniently. I think they became the undefeated champions this year as well. So congratulations to Kandy Force Cup. Coming behind was actually Police. They actually gave a very good fight with their foreigners. Also, much was expected from CRNFC. It was a young side, but I'm sure that they will actually come up strong next year. Then we had the other clubs such as Havelocks and CH being a close contender for this, and I'm sure Havelocks will have a lot of potential with their young side as well as CH as well. So the knockout will be an interesting phase where these teams will be meeting each other back again. So we can look forward for a really good knockout championship. So we saw international rugby, we saw Six Nations 2020 where England is actually currently contending along with France with 13 points each. We had a very fun incident of nut grabbing as well. So there are still concerns whether this is going to continue. The Wales match is going to be continued with Scotland, but the other two matches, England versus Italy and Ireland versus France, has actually postponed or rather stopped due to the COVID-19 virus outbreak. So there might be some speculations that this might not continue. If that is the case, England has a fair chance of winning this Six Nations.
Ishan, also not forgetting the Sevens World Series, the Vancouver leg just recently finished as New Zealand defeated Australia in the final. So we'll dive deep into that in our next program.
So guys, that's a wrap up of our show. I hope you all enjoyed our very first edition. So we thank NDB Bank and Shockman and Samaravikrama for sponsoring this show. So we hope that you enjoyed, and we hope that you will actually subscribe the channel and tune in to our next program.
If you have any feedback, you can fire us an email at editor@quadrangle.lk, and until next time, it's goodbye.